Good morning, everyone. Morning. Thank you. This is the session on underwater basket weaving. No, sorry, just kidding. Thank you so much for coming this morning and joining us. We have some cool information to share about engaging and inspiring your organization with Microsoft Stream and Office 365 Video. I'm Nagu Rangan. I'm the product marketing manager for Microsoft Stream. And with me, I have Mark Moraz.
Hey, I'm a program manager on the Azure Media Services team, working on Office 365 Video for the last couple of years.
If you're going to tweet, please use the hashtag Microsoft Stream and MS Ignite. With that, we have a lot of information to cover, but we'll make sure that we'll leave enough time for questions as well. And let's kick off. So let's start with this question about, why should we care about videos? In our personal lives, videos have become a dominant form of consuming information. We have several platforms that will help you organize, find information about videos, consume it, share it, and so on. And we believe that videos can be transformative in the workplace. And that's the motivation for building Microsoft Stream and Office 365 Video. So if you look at it, it centers around these three core scenarios. One is being able to connect with your customers or your audience, whether you're an executive doing a comms meeting, or a product manager sharing information about your product, right? You want to be able to connect and engage with your audience, and video helps you do it. Second is collaborating. Video makes it very easy for you to consume information in sort of bite-sized chunks, right? And so whether you're sharing information about a new expense report system or your dev environment, videos make it very easy for sharing your knowledge across your organization. The third is around learning. Videos make it more engaging in terms of training or learning environments. Right? So those are the three key principles that sort of inspired us to go build Microsoft Stream and Office 365 Video. So it makes it super easy for you to upload, organize, and share videos, both internally and externally in your organization. Now, at Microsoft, we have two solutions. One is Office 365 Video, and the other is Microsoft Stream. And that's the state today. Now, an obvious question in your mind might be, hey, why did you build two different solutions? Well, both the products are owned by the same team, right? And let me kind of walk you through the rationale of why we built these two products. Office 365 Video has been a generally available product, and we saw tremendous success with it. And I'll go through some of the numbers in the later slides. But we also heard from our customers that don't have Office, that they would love a platform for being able to share videos inside the organization. And we also saw this need in the market for a solution that can be just quickly deployed and where users can start using it very quickly. And that's what you get with Microsoft Stream. So you can sign up within 5 seconds, and you can start using the products within 5 minutes. And so that's the motivation for Office Video and Microsoft Stream. And our goal is, the vision is to merge these two products, and we'll have one de facto platform that's Microsoft Stream. Right? So let's go through that and kind of double click on it. Right? So right now you have two tech stacks. One is Microsoft Stream, the other one is Office 365 Video. And if you look at the Office 365 Video stack, for the back end, it uses SharePoint, so all of your video metadata and the APIs are based off of SharePoint. And if you're a current Office 365 Video customer, we highly encourage you to continue using Office 365 Video. Right? So let's look at when these two products will converge. Right? Our goal is to make sure that we seamlessly transition you from Office 365 Video into Microsoft Stream. What does that mean? All of your videos and metadata, our goal is to make sure that we port them over with little to no effort on your side. and we will keep you abreast of the changes that are coming. So net, let me just summarize it in 3 points. One is if you're a current Office 365 video customer, please continue using that product, right? Second is we want you to feel comfortable if you're a Microsoft Stream customer or Office 365 video customer, continue using videos to transform your workplace, right? The third is we will keep you posted in terms of when that transition occurs. So you should feel very comfortable to continue using both of these products. And just to give you some more information here, both these products are under active development, and you will continue to see new capabilities being added. So for example, Office 365 Video, we just rolled out people metadata. In Microsoft Stream, we just added the watch list capability. So both of these products will continue to be under active development. You'll see new capabilities, and we will handle the part of moving from Office 365 Video to Microsoft Stream. So with that, I know you didn't come here just to listen about the 2 different products and why we built it. You're here to see some cool demos, right? OK, awesome. So Mark will kick us off with some cool demos.
So last year at Ignite, we showed kind of a time-lapse video of how simple and easy it was to go from a completely empty portal on Office 365 Video to fill it up with 50, 60 some odd videos, make 10 channels, set permissions, fill in all the metadata. And we did it as a time-lapse video, so you can kind of see it only took us like 30, 45 minutes to do so. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to show you that same sort of thing with Microsoft Stream, but we're going to try to do it live while we do this talk. So we have a completely empty portal, and we're going to start filling it up with content. And we're going to do that, and we're going to check back in and see how far we're able to get, see what it looks like as it happens over time. So I'm going to switch over to my laptop over here, number 8. And so this is what Microsoft Stream looks like with no content in it. So if you try out in the preview and you're the first one in, this is what it's going to look like, completely empty, nothing there. We give you some quick videos below to show you how to use Microsoft Stream. So how to get started, how to upload videos, how to find videos, how to share those videos. And then we encourage you to start putting in content. So we're going to do that right now. I'm just going to go up here to create, and I'm going to say upload a video. And it's really simple. All you have to do is drag and drop. So I'm going to drag a couple of videos over here. They're going to start uploading. As those videos are uploading, you can fill out metadata right on that upload form. So you can have the title defaults in from the file name, but you can go in and add a description. And you can even add hashtags right into there. Can't spell. I am the worst speller. Cool. I can spell cool. You can really easily add them into channels. You can even set permissions. In Microsoft Stream, we do permissions based off of the file level, so at the video level. In Office 365 Video, it's at the channel level. As we converge the 2 solutions together, we'll actually bring both together. So you'll have both be able to set permissions at the channel level and at the video level. So it's really simple. You can, by default, things are open to everyone in your organization. But then you can set it to custom, and you can actually say this video would only be available to Julian. I can find Julian and add that. So you can add and secure these videos with individual users from Active Directory or AD security groups. So you can see some of these videos are already done processing. I can go and switch the thumbnail on some of these, switch them over to that. I can hit publish. And now these videos are ready. I think some of them are even playable already at this point. So this video here is playable. It's kind of a static, simple screen here. But I'm going to get busy kind of uploading some more videos as Nagu talks through some of the other stuff, and then we'll check back in a couple of minutes here. Oh, whoa, wait, I forgot. Yep. Let me switch back to the slides.
Yes.
I'm going to kind of go one level crazier here. I'm going to let all of you in the audience try it out. So you're going to upload videos. Everyone take out their laptop, take out your phones, go to stream.microsoft.com, and we have 2 logins here that you can use. So just grab one of these logins. They're actually on the back of the survey form. So if you look on the back of your survey form, the login and password is there. So I want you guys to try out Stream while we're talking. I want you guys to take a video of us speaking, grab some video that's on your phone, grab a video that's on your laptop, and put it into the portal so we can actually see this thing come alive as we're actually talking. You can actually try it out, see how quick the transcoding happens. And we'll see. Hopefully the Wi-Fi stands up with us here. But we're experimenting. I know it's kind of crazy. But go ahead, get started, try and start uploading videos, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about kind of what customer response we're seeing to Office 365 video right now.
Empty to full crazy, that's quite the password that we're using for this. I'm praying to the demo gods and the Wi-Fi gods to make sure that they cooperate with us. So, but it shows you that we're dedicated to delighting our users and customers. So let's start the experiment. All right, so I talked about the success of Office 365 videos, and I want to give you some numbers around it. So right now, we see that customers and users are hooked onto this product. That's what the fish is supposed to indicate. So much so that we decided to name our new product Microsoft Stream, right? Fish, Stream, if you get that. So right now, we have more than 1 million monthly active users, about 50K active tenants. 50 million times people have loaded videos in the portal. And there are about 7 million videos that have been uploaded to Office 365 video. And about 4.5 million users have signed up for the service. So all in all, we're thrilled by the response, and we hope to continue to see the momentum. Now, we hear from customers that they are adopting Office 365 video for a number of reasons. So let's just go through some of our customers and why they're doing this, right? Why they're adopting videos. So Marks & Spencer sees it as a way to have rich communication inside their organization. And I think you will all agree that video makes it a lot more engaging to consume information compared to a document or an email, right? Assurant sees this value in bringing a distinct human element in their communications, right? And as I talked about earlier, in being able to present information in a very easily digestible format. Holcim Construction uses it to educate their workforce on new equipment and new technology. Martin McDonald, I think this is something that you might relate to. They had a video platform that was deployed in 4 different data centers. And every time there was an update, they had to manually go and manage this and roll out the updates to 4 different data centers and so on. So this is a common issue with videos where you have a fragmented solution and videos are stored in multiple places. With Office 365 video, they were able to consolidate everything into one portal and make it super simple with just one link, one platform for their entire organization. And Quiltec Group, a construction company, uses it for both a TDM and a BDM audience. So the motivation here was to find a solution that is quickly deployable, that is what the business team wanted, while making sure that it meets all of the compliance and governance needs of IT. And with Office 365 video, they were able to find a solution that meets both of those needs. So as I talked about, there are multiple use cases that are sort of the motivation for using video in your organization, and we continue to see strong momentum from a breadth of our customers. So,
no, let's stay on the slides here for a
Sure.
second. So one of the other things that we're seeing customers doing is they're kind of expanding video's reach into other line of business apps, into existing intranets, other kind of apps that they're building on top of video. And so one example is Marks & Spencer, that they're using video to kind of pull together into their existing M&S World portal. And the M&S World Portal is kind of a knowledge management portal. They have all kinds of documents in there, business processes, new stuff that's coming into the stores. And they have that as a way for everyone in their organization to be able to find and learn about what's going on. And so what they did is they're actually using the Office 365 video REST APIs, and they're putting videos into the portal, into channels and all that sort of stuff, but then they're using the APIs to kind of pull those out on a regular basis, and then they're populating them into a SharePoint list. And that SharePoint list is how they aggregate and tag and organize all the other knowledge of other documents and other things. And so now they have a single repository where they can weave together all of their content inside the organization. So it's a really great way for them to kind of expand that reach. Another customer that we're working with, Adidas, they have an on-prem intranet portal right now based on SharePoint 2013. It has a full customized look and feel, and they wanted a video portal where they can put all their videos, but they wanted it to look and feel exactly like their intranet, have the same header at the top, same footers at the bottom. So what they did is they are actually building on top of the REST APIs, and they found that they could get development done really quickly if they didn't go build their own video solution, but instead they used Office 365 video, put the videos into the portal, into the channels, and then pulled them out via the REST API. So they actually built an Angular app using Bootstrap and all that sort of stuff to make it mobile responsive. So they built an entire app on top of our APIs. I left the APIs in at the bottom just to kind of keep it real. You can see they're doing a lot of stuff around pulling search queries out, querying the channels, getting spotlight information, and that sort of thing. So let's switch back over into Microsoft Stream and do a little bit more demos and see what it's looking like already. So if you can go ahead and switch over. So we already have a bunch of content already showing up. We have channels that we were able to create, and content is start flowing in. Videos are now playable, so you can play a bunch of these videos now. They're already transcoded. You can see they're coming out at these different bit rates, streaming already over here. But Microsoft Stream is completely mobile responsive, so it looks great on any device. If I shrink this down into kind of a mobile size, you can see that now that spinner at the top turns into a nice little carousel, and you can still see all of your content in a great mobile responsive way. So someone's already uploaded a video of us talking here, how meta, so you can see. So that's awesome. Some people are already including content. So it's a really great way to browse all of your videos, and so you can do some searching right inside the videos. You can sort by the trending, publish, views, likes. You can even sort and search channels. So we already have a bunch of channels that we're creating as we're going here. So if I wanted to make a new channel, say I wanted to make, I just go up to create. I say create a channel. Just give it a name. So I'm going to call it Ignite Talk. I can, this is super awesome. I can make awesome a hashtag. And on the channel level, I can choose who can contribute to this channel, or I could leave it open and allow anyone to be able to add videos into those channels. So I'm going to leave this open so you guys can use this channel if you want to add stuff. But then it's super easy to add videos into channels. So if I go over into, you can see some of the content that I've uploaded. And I can go into here, and I can just simply add it to a channel. And one of the differences between Office 365 Video and Stream is in Stream, you can add videos into multiple channels. It's kind of more of a metadata-driven thing. In Office Video, it's kind of more of a container model where a video has to live in a single channel. So in this, I can add it to multiple channels. So I can go here and say, well, this is a funny video, and I can add it there. Or I can add it to as many channels as I want. Super easy. We just launched just a couple of days ago the ability to have comments right underneath a video. So here in Microsoft Stream, you can add in a comment and then post it. So it's just a simple flat list of comments that you can have underneath it. You can like videos in Microsoft Stream, so you can kind of give feedback to those people who are making those videos. If we jump back to the home page, we have a couple of new concepts as well that aren't in Office Video yet. One of them is around following channels. So you can really easily just follow a channel if you see it on the home page or if you browse and find channels. So I can follow a couple of channels here, and then now they show up below. And so as new videos get added, those videos would just show up there, and I'd be able to have a quick way to come back and see those other content that's happening inside of there. Search works, so if I just search for Ignite, let's see how much stuff is coming up with the keyword Ignite. So there's another video, full house for the video session. Someone else will upload a crowded video talk. So we'll check back and see how far we actually get, how many videos we're able to upload. But you can see Microsoft Stream is pretty blazing fast. So one of the things we want to talk about next is security. And so to do that, I'm going to actually talk about that from a Microsoft Sway. So to show off kind of our embedding here, I'm just going to play these super awesome animation that I made of your videos being secured by these security guards. But the way that we do security in both Office 365 Video and Stream is that we use AAD user authentication. So you set those video permissions on the individual video or on the channel, and you can use AD security groups or individual users. And we make sure that you have access to that file before you're able to play it. All of the videos are encrypted at rest and in transit. And then we use AES 128-bit secure delivery for those videos. So since we actually back all of our videos by Azure CDN, we're putting those videos out on, and the chunks of those videos out onto the CDN. But to make that safe and secure, we're actually encrypting each of those chunks. So even if you got one of those chunks, you'd never be able to play it. You only get to be able to play it if you come in through our UI and we give you the token to be able to fetch to get that key if you have permission to that individual video. So these are embedded videos. The one on the left is from Office 365 Video. The one on the right is from Microsoft Stream. So both of those work inside of Sway as a first-party integration. You can easily embed videos right into there. I can actually show you how you grab embed codes. It's really simple. You go over to an individual video, and you say Share. And then you can either grab the link, or you can go to embed and just copy and paste this embed code. You can tell it's autoplay or not, set the size, and you grab that embed code. You can put it on a public page, or some sort of web page, or inside of some other app. If you did put it on some sort of place that is public, we actually enforce all the permissions. So if you're not logged in, you haven't logged in, we will then present you a little login box, and so you'll have to log in to be able to see that video to make sure that we're ensuring that you have access to that individual video. But we didn't stop there with embeds kind of inside of Microsoft. If I look at the new SharePoint Modern authoring experience that you guys have probably heard about, we have a web part in there as well for Office 365 Video. So if I edit this page, you can see that there's a little web part here. I can click Edit. And so here we made it even simpler. All you have to do is grab the player page URL for Office 365 Video, plop it into this web part, and then it grabs the embed code and puts it right inside of there, and you're ready to go. So these are all the new responsive pages and how it looks great. So our embed code just resizes, looks great on any device. We also recently did some integration with OneNote. So if you grab a player page URL like this from Office 365 Video and you plop it into the OneNote canvas, either on the web or in the regular clients, it's going to detect that that's an Office 365 Video URL, and it's going to go and grab the embed code and shove it right into their OneNote. So then you can play that same video right from inside OneNote, which is a good way to kind of organize and bring those things together. So with that, we are going to switch over and talk a tiny bit about, can I stay out here? Let me stay back
sure.
on this,
Okay.
sorry. Coordination. Yeah, so we're going to talk a tiny bit about kind of architectures, just so you can kind of get a sense of kind of how data flows through the system and where it goes. So this diagram we've kind of had before for Office 365 Video. We just kind of augmented it with what it looks like for Microsoft Stream. In fact, they have very similar architectures. The only part that's really different is that box on the left there that says Azure and SharePoint Online. So in Microsoft Stream, we replace out that SharePoint Online kind of metadata mid-tier store with an Azure service. But beyond that, we have kind of a similar web tier, and everything is backed by Azure Media Services as well. So if we kind of look at kind of what happens as a person uploads a video, you would come in, you authenticate through our UI, and then we would store that thing in either Azure service or in SharePoint Online if you're in the Office 365 Video case. And then we send that over to Azure Media Services for transcoding. And we do transcoding so that we can do adaptive bitrate streaming and so that we can actually play that video on any device. If you're using Apple, we're going to send you back an HLS format of the video. If you're using a Windows device or an Android device, we'll send you an MPEG-Dash version of that file. And so we do the transcoding so that we can make that possible so that no matter what device you're on, you can play it directly in your browser. And we transcode it so that we can do adaptive streaming, which adaptive streaming is similar to what you've seen from a Hulu or from a Netflix. If your bandwidth goes down, you go through a tunnel or something like that, we send you a lower quality video. If your bandwidth goes up, we'll send you a higher quality video. And we're adaptively switching that every couple of seconds to optimize the playback so that it looks good no matter what your bandwidth is. So we kind of send pointers back to there. We store metadata in our Azure service or in SharePoint Online. So that's kind of a look at what happens when you upload a video. And then we generate thumbnails and kind of send those back as well. So now if you're a viewer, you come in and we check your AAD authentication to make sure that you actually have access to watch that video. And if we do, you're actually now streaming that video directly from Azure Media Services. So, and we back all of those by Azure CDN as well. And we use that AES secure delivery that we talked about just a moment ago. And the viewer, the client, the player is actually decrypting that video on the fly as the user's playing the video. So one of the other super awesome things that we did in Microsoft Stream that's not there yet in Office Video is around dynamic encoding and quick turnaround. So what we did in Office Video, if you send us a video, we kind of always output the same fixed profile of 4 or 5 different streams, and we only go to a max of 720p at this point. But with Microsoft Stream, what we're actually doing is we're analyzing that input video. So we're determining what it looks like, what kind of bit rate it has, what frame rate it has, and then we decide on how many number of streams or renditions that we should generate for it. So if it's a 1080p video, we'll actually send you back 6 streams to do the adaptive streaming. If it's an SD 480p, we'll actually only use 3 streams. So this helps optimize the bandwidth and make sure that we're not upscaling videos and that sort of thing and sending back more bits than what the original video had in it. And then third, we determine what bit rate should be per rendition. And this is really interesting here in terms of you can still have a 1080p video, but depending on what it is and what the content is, we'll actually get you a different size stream. So if it was a marketing video with lots of motion and lots of stuff happening, we'll actually send you a 6 megabit stream at that 1080p. But if it's more of a statics, PowerPoint slides, not a lot of movement, we're going to save a bunch of bandwidth and actually just use a 500 kilobit stream. So this gives us a really good way to optimize bandwidth. And then finally, the quick turnaround part of it, we actually make the videos playable right away. So as soon as one of the streams is done transcoding, we actually mark the video as ready to play, and then so you can actually play that video and actually stream it out on devices. It won't have the full breadth of the quality levels, but we'll backfill the rest. And so within a couple of minutes, the rest will be backfilled. So it gives the perception that the videos are playable really quickly. And you can see as you guys are playing with the upload, it really is pretty quick. So this is available now in Microsoft Stream, and we're working to add this soon to Office 365 Video. Okay, so we showed you a bunch of Microsoft Stream. We are now going to actually give a kind of a demo of what's been new since last Ignite on the Office 365 Video front. So if I jump over into Office 365 Video. I'm going to stay on the player page here because that's where we did most of our improvements. One of the things that we added in the last 6 months or so was the ability to have statistics right underneath the video to show kind of a trend of visitors and viewers over the last 2 weeks and over the last 36 months. Zoom in just a tiny bit so you can see a little better. So that gives you ability to see here. I can see how many visitors happen, how many viewers happen. This is a demo environment, so it doesn't look as great. But then I can even trend that and see over month by month what's happening. And then we actually went a step further, and we actually added kind of viewer engagement. So we show you kind of where the drop-off is of watching that video. So we send a signal every time you cross over a 10% part of the video. So if you watch somewhere in the 0 to 10%, we send a signal. You watch somewhere in the 10 to 20%, we send a signal. And then we can draw this graph of where people fell off and which part of the video gets watched. So this environment, 21 views happened, at the beginning, but only 5 happened at the end. And And so you can actually see if you have a message, towards the end or in the middle, did people actually get to that part and see it? So the other things we added was the ability to do subtitling. So subtitling works in Stream and Office 365 Video now. So if you can easily turn on subtitles. Here I have the Russian subtitles going over this video for all of you that can read Russian. And we have a simple, easy way to do that. You just go over to Manage, and you go to Subtitles or Captions. And then you can actually upload web VTT file formats. That's the format that we support, the VTT type. You can upload it one per different language. So you can actually have translations that if you generate them. And we'll talk a little bit about future stuff, how we want to improve this and do it automatically. But for right now, it's a manual process. You create those files, and then you can have them in different languages. We support custom thumbnailing, similar to what you saw in Microsoft Stream. You can just easily select one of these thumbnails, and now that'll be applied to that video. We also did some really cool stuff around people metadata. So here, if I want to add in an individual user, say I want to add Julian, I can now easily tag that person into the video. It's metadata, so only the editor or owner of the video can do that. But then we use that and index that, and you can search against and find things. And it gives you a really good way to know who owns that piece of content, who can you contact for more information about something. So one of the other things that we had done was we've worked with the SharePoint team. So the SharePoint team revamped kind of the Sites page recently. And so now if you go to, there used to be a tab called Sites. Now that tab is called SharePoint. If you click on SharePoint, you get to this location. And the SharePoint homepage is a really quick way to get back to all of your sites. And we also added video channels into there and groups. So it's a way to get back to groups and video channels and sites that you're working. So here's a sales and marketing site that I've done with. It shows me what I've done or what other people have done inside that site. There's a group, so if you wanted to get back to your group. But you can also get back to your video channels as well. So here, the information technology, the executive corner, these are all video channels. I can click on a video, jump over, now get into that player page, and play that video right from inside of there. So it's a really cool way, and this also works on the SharePoint mobile app. So for iOS and Android, video channels now surface and show up and are recommended there in terms of suggestions and frequency. So that's some of the cool stuff we have that was launched new in the last couple of months for Office 365 Video. So now I just want to touch a little bit on kind of what we're doing under development on the Office 365 Video front. So one of the things we're probably 80–90% done with this point is external authenticated sharing. So we wanted to be able to, this is kind of one of our top requests from people, and they wanted to be able to share videos outside their organization, similar to how you can do it on OneDrive or SharePoint. And so what we're doing is making it, we'll keep to all the same governance of SharePoint Online, whether you have external sharing turned on or off. You'll have to then decide to turn it on an individual channel. But then if you do, you can add in people's random email addresses, joe@outlook.com, or you can add in people from other organizations. Then they'll get an email, and they would click on it, and they would then jump in, and they would have to either log in with an MSA or their org ID if they have Office 365. But then they get in, and then they can get access to use that channel the same way that anyone else would be able to use it. So if you add them as an owner, they would have owner rights. You add them as an editor, they get editor rights. As a viewer, that they just get to view. So one of the, so we had talked about already the dynamic profile and quick turnaround, but that includes 1080p. So 1080p is coming, 1080p video is coming to Office 365 Video. So we're working on that. That's under development. And then finally, one other thing that we wanted to talk about and announce, this has also been a really big request from organizations that have a lot of retail workers or factory workers or park workers, people that don't sit at a desk every day. They wanted to be able to use the video portal in a way that they could actually send videos out to those people because they need to do training, they need to hear what's going on in the organization. And the only way to do that in Office Video today is to be able to grab an embed code and stick it on some other page, which is kind of a pain, and it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a channel and portal and all that sort of stuff. So what we're doing is we're actually giving kiosk users, so all the K licenses, view-only access. So they would get into the portal, they can see the homepage, they can see the channels, they can see the videos directly, but they'll do it as view-only. They can't upload, they can't create content. So that's coming soon. We've got one clap in the back, yes. Oh, there's lots of claps now. OK.
All right.
So now we're going to jump over and talk a bit about kind of vision and roadmap.
OK. So before I do that, I do want to make sure that I call out some of the prices that we have for uploading videos if you need some extra motivation. So we have a Bluetooth speaker and alarm.
Yes. We have some little Bluetooth tags for your phone. If you lose your phone, you can find it via Bluetooth or something. And then chargers and adapters. So we'll try and find some cool videos that people upload and give some prizes.
And we have folks from the Microsoft Stream and Office videos team that will assess who the winner is. All right, cool. Those are some really cool features. The kiosk feature, the security capabilities that we have that sets us apart from, say, a public domain site for sharing content inside your organization, right? So let me talk about kind of the roadmap and vision. I just want to set the context here. These are not features that we're committing to, but we see you as part of the Microsoft Stream community. And in that context, we wanted to give you some idea of like how we're thinking about this product, right? And it broadly falls into sort of 5 buckets. The first one is the concept of My Hub. The second one is search and discovery. The third is live streaming. And fourth one is analytics and intelligence. And the fifth one is building an ecosystem around both of these products. So My Hub, creating one single portal for uploading, sharing, and organizing all of your content. That's one of our primary goals. And then in that context, converging Office 365 Video and Microsoft Stream. That's one of the key things that we're working on. Second, let's look at search and discovery, right? We're looking at adding capabilities such as subchannels and custom metadata to help you search and discover your content more easily. Third is we're working with the Skype meeting broadcast team to figure out integrations on how we can kind of just seamlessly blend these two products. Say, for example, if you were able to automatically pull in your meeting transcript into Microsoft Stream. And I'll talk about some of the cool analytics capabilities that will kind of take it to the next level, right? Analytics and intelligence. And this is something that is super cool. So being able to do deep searches. So let's say you were able to take your videos and do automatic speech to text, OCR, which is recognizing all of the printed characters on a slide, or any printed content on the video, being able to detect faces. And so let's say you have 80 or 100 videos from Ignite, and you wanted to find out when did Satya talk about artificial intelligence, right? You don't have to go through this process of like knowing exactly which phrase to search for, which tag to search for. It automatically finds you the content that's most relevant to you, right? And then the fifth bucket, ecosystem, right? I already talked about My Hub, but how about if we can extend it and make it even more comprehensive, right? So you store all your videos and organize it in one place, but you can pull from it and integrate it into different applications, whether it's your CRM or marketing application or a customer portal that you're building, right? So all of those are some of the cool capabilities that we're working on, and we're super excited about bringing this to you at some point in time in the future. Right? So let's just double click on media intelligence here. I talked about the speech to text, face recognition, and so on. So I want to show you kind of what that would look like. So we switch. So if you look at videos, we're kind of living in this 1990s or 1980s era before, say, search engines were there for websites, right? So you need to know exactly the website that you want to go to or the tag that the video has and so on. And that's kind of the age in which videos are in today. So you need to know the title of the video, or you need to have tagged it properly to be able to find this content, right? So how about like, say, the case that I talked about for Ignite videos, right? So what would it look like if you were to just search for a word and it just pulls exactly the timestamp in the video when that word was spoken, right? So let's roll the video here.
We could get some audio.
Could we get the audio from the?
But you can kind of see what's happening.
Yep.
So it's going through the kind of the transcript, it's highlighting it live, so you can jump in and edit it. And this transcript would be generated automatically by Azure Media Services. So if there's a word or two wrong, you can easily jump in and correct it. And then you can kind of see below there, there's all the faces.
That hard to understand. People recognize it by.
Yeah, can you imagine if you could just click on a person, jump to all the spots in where that person is actually talking inside the video?
I think great user experience is the result of collaboration.
And you
In
can
this
also
group, we have
do
a constant
sentiment
dialogue
analysis
between
on the video
designers,
to
PMs,
see
and
what's the
engineers,
emotion
because they're all
in
an
the
equal
video
part of the
overall.
process.
The open space is really
Right,
helpful.
so,
that
these are some
conversation behind me
cool
about
new
how something
capabilities
should
that,
work. I can chime in and say,
working
hey,
on.
have you thought about this angle?
Yep, search box, imagine you just type in a word and jump you right to that section of that video. Cool. So you can stay here on these slides. So the next part we want to talk about is after you have a solution like Microsoft Stream or Office 365 Video, you kind of want to know, well, how do people in my organization create content? Today we are not focused on content creation tools. We're just kind of, we believe that there's a ton of simple tools out there for people to create content. So we'll be kind of working with partners in the field who kind of create those content tools and make it super easy for you guys to get those things into Microsoft Stream and to Office Video. Kind of first-party tools we have inside of Microsoft is, Skype for Business. You can easily record your meetings and then push them up into them. And then PowerPoint Mix, one that doesn't get talked about a ton, but it's really super easy to make animations, presentations, voiceovers, screen recordings. And I'll actually go through a super quick demo of how easy it would be to make a decently professional-looking video just by using PowerPoint. And then kind of wanted to inspire some of the creative ideas that we're hearing from people using Office 365 Video and Stream today on kind of what videos they're using to kind of engage with their employees. So one of our biggest customers actually has one of their VPs doing kind of a mix-up between carpool karaoke and the comedian driving in cars type thing, where she has a dash cam video and she invites leaders within the organization to come out to lunch, and she just interviews them, makes them sing a silly song. Sometimes the questions are silly, sometimes they're very serious about vision and direction. And just recently they did this with their chairman of their organization, and that video kind of went viral inside the organization. 10,000 people viewed that video to hear probably to see the chairman sing a karaoke song, but also to hear what they think about where they're headed in their organization. Another one we're seeing actually inside of Microsoft, Terry Meyerson's org that owns the Windows division is using Office 365 Video. And they have a problem where they're kind of too big to fit inside of any one building at any one time. And so they didn't want to just do a typical talking head kind of all-hands staff meeting. So what they did is they actually do kind of these virtual staff meetings where they produce really short videos of people within the organization, within the division. What are we hearing from the quality team? What's going on in terms of usage? Where are we headed next with what devices are coming out? And they put these videos together and kind of put them in a consumable way, and then they send them out to the 20,000 people in their organization to kind of do a virtual staff meeting, which has been successful for them, which is a kind of a cool idea that I think can work for big and small teams. And then finally, the last one kind of comes from Marks & Spencer, where they're putting together short overviews of key info about products that they're going to be selling. So the people back in the home office put those together, and then people on the floor, store managers, can then easily hear straight from the horse's mouth why this product is good and how they can sell it to people. So it's a really unique way to use video.
Yep. So I think the another key point is that oftentimes we hear that, hey, do I need a full production studio to be able to record videos and share it? And the answer is no. We've seen at Microsoft people just camp in a telephone room and just record. Maybe it's a product overview or maybe it's a screen capture, and they share it on Microsoft Stream, and it's been super successful.
So I just want to show you just in a couple of seconds here kind of how easy it is to kind of make simple screencasts with PowerPoint Mix. It's kind of meta. I'm making a screencast about screencasts. So it's really simple. Once you install the PowerPoint plugin from mix.office.com, you can upload your PowerPoint mix to kind of their public mix servers, but you can also use them to just generate flat videos. And so that's what I'm going to show you here is how to just generate a simple video with PowerPoint mix. So on the mix slide, you can kind of just go over here and say, I have this slide already prepared. I can do slide recording. And so it jumps me over. I could actually turn on my camera if I wanted my picture on this as well. But say I just want to do it. It's recording my voice. You can see the bouncing up and down. So let's just try it really quick here. I'll use my announcer voice. Using Office Mix to make a video is easy. All you have to do is download from mix.office.com, launch PowerPoint, make your slides, add a screen recording from the Mix tab, edit your slides just like you would in PowerPoint, and then export a video or publish it to Office 365 Video Channel. So I've recorded that now, and that is now like associated with that individual slide. So if I wanted to move this slide around, put it at the end, put it at the beginning, I can even go in and change and add in, edit these slides. Now that's going to be edited when we generate it into a video. It's still going to use my same voice. And then creating kind of the screencast part of it is really simple, easy as well. If I just go to screen recording, and I can just click back over into my slides. You can say, and it'll record your audio as you're doing it as well. So I just click record. Using Office Mix is simple. Just launch PowerPoint, click on the Mix tab, do some stuff, then you're done. And so then now that video is now put right into that PowerPoint. So I can just simply use the PowerPoint tools to trim. Say I didn't want you to see me click the button at the end. I can just kind of trim that off. I could trim off the beginning if I took too long. I could add slides. I could add text. I could add overlays on top of this right just within PowerPoint. People already know how to use these tools. So then all you have to do is like I said, you can upload it to the Mix servers if you wanted to put it public. But if you just want to make a video out of it, you can either export it to a video, or you could actually even publish it to Office 365 Video. So if you click Publish over here, and I click Next, it's actually logging me into my account for Office 365. And it'll actually give me a title and description that I can fill out for the video. And then it'll ask me to pick a video channel that I want to push it into. So here I can add in a simple title and description, and then I can even select, these are all the channels that I have added access to, so I can then push it right into a video channel from there. Or you can just simply, if you didn't want to push it into there, if you say you want to get into Stream, you can just simply export it to a video. You can say whether you want it 1080p, 720p, generate it, click Next. And so you can see then you just save out that file. And it'll go. It'll take a couple of seconds here, so I'm not going to do that. But I already have it up in over here. So you can see it's really simple. So now you can add a little bumper in the beginning, super simple, create those things. It's going to
Using Office Mix to make a video is easy.
So
just download from
super simple. That screen recording is now right in there. And so it's a really simple way to right within PowerPoint to make videos.
Then you're done.
All right, so after you have content, you have a solution, you have content, then the next question is, how do you optimize that traffic on your network? How do you cache that inside your organization? Let me refrain. That may be your third question. That's the IT network admin's first question within your organization, right? And so we are partnering with a bunch of SDN providers. The ones listed on the screen are the ones we're working with right now to be able to bring this to you. So right now, Office Video and Stream is unicast. So every time you want to watch a video, that user is going out to the internet, downloading that stream, and then playing it from their device. And so everyone is downloading that, and if you have network concerns inside your organization, that could be a problem. We do the adaptive streaming to keep up with it, but it can still be a problem. And so what you want to do is to be able to cache that content somehow inside your network so that if one person goes and views that video and everyone else can kind of take it from internal and not have to go out and use your internet bandwidth every time to play the video. So the three providers we're working with, the first one is called Ramp. They have a solution called OmniCache, and theirs is more of kind of a classic cache proxy. It doesn't have any proprietary hardware though. You kind of just install their software on a VM, and you insert that machine into your network, and you configure your internet so that, configure your traffic so that all the Office 365 video or Microsoft Stream traffic from Azure Media Services routes through that box, and then it caches it, and you can insert them wherever you want inside your organization. The second one we're working with is a company called Hive. So they have kind of this enterprise video distribution and insights. Theirs is a software-based solution where you install a client on everyone's individual user machines, and it peers within there. So we have integration directly with the player in Office Video that will then route all the traffic through that, that software sitting on the end user's machine. And then that software, the Hive client, will actually use peer-to-peer technology to spread out that video, or to play it, if you're playing the video again, it'll play it from local cache. And their solution generates a bunch of user playback statistics, peering data, quality of service, and that sort of thing. So that information is really great for kind of IT admins and also for content producers as well, because they can get a picture of where video traffic is coming in from, what times of day, on that sort of thing. The third SDN provider we're working with is Collective, and they have a solution called Software-Defined eCDN. And theirs is also a software-based solution that it's a client that's installed on end users' machines, and then they have a similar peer-to-peer technology. So to kind of go on statuses, Ramps works today. There was nothing that had to be done on our side. They were able to configure their solution to work with our data. So that works today. We have one customer that's, that I know of that is actually deploying that inside their organization now. There may be others that I haven't talked with. And then Hive, we're actually finishing up kind of integration into Office 365 Video. And we're doing a little bit of beta testing. So I'm going to actually give you a demo of Hive here in a second, just so you can kind of see what it's looking like in the state that we have it in right now. And then Collective is under development. There's a little bit of more work that has to be done on the Collective side. Once they finish that work, then we would need to do the same integrations like we're doing for Hive as well right now. So we'll do kind of a quick demo of what it kind of looks like. So the way that it'll work with both Hive and Collective and potentially other SDN providers in the future is that you would go buy the solution from Hive or from Collective, and you would then get a license ID from them that says, hey, you have access to use their software. Then you would come over to us, and we would then configure our system to use your license ID that you purchased. So you would, today, the way we're doing it for Office 365 Video is you have to do it via the SharePoint Online management shell. So running a PowerShell script. Once you connect as an admin, then you can run this new SPO SDN provider, and you give it an ID. Today, the ID that works is Hive. In the future, there'll be one for Collective. If we had other ones, we would add them as well. And you just specify the license ID, and then that's it. Now it's turned on, and we take care of the rest, ensuring that traffic actually is routed through the Hive system and is generated correctly. It's kind of hard to do a demo of this, but let me give it a try. So if I go over into this video, and we'll see if I can get it to work, and you might not be able to see it with the screen, but normally when you're playing a video, all the videos would actually, so here's a fragment, if we can see. Normally, it would always come from the CDN. So all of the traffic would actually be downloading from our CDN. But in this case, now in this tenant, I've enabled Hive. I've run that command, set that up. Now you can see it's actually coming from this localhost IP address. So that localhost 127 is actually the Hive client. So Hive built a plugin for Azure Media Player that we use in Office Video and in Stream. And we configure that plugin, and that plugin rewrites all the URLs, handles routing all that traffic. So once you actually have all the content coming in and being shown through the Hive client, if we jump back over, we don't have this part finished either as well, but there would be right in that statistics section, there would be this link that would kind of launch you out into your SDN insights and providers in there. And so in this case, we have Hive. We're almost done with Hive. So there'd be a link. You would be able to click on that link, and then you'd get over into the statistics. And so I have here a short little demo of kind of what those insights look like from Hive. So this is the Hive Insights page. We would have this linked in through the statistics section in Office Video. But you can kind of give an overlay of where the traffic is coming in right on this heat map of this map over here. So you can see if I hover over Sweden in this example here, there were let me see if I can zoom in a bit here. Make it a bit bigger. So you can see that there's 304 viewers coming in from there, and their quality was good. If I switch over into the quality, we actually get you a heat map based on location of where. So if this is being streamed from multiple different locations inside, across the world, maybe there's little pockets of places where the quality isn't well, the network isn't working quite right. So you'd be able to see that in a heat map in this kind of excellent down to failed sort of state. You can kind of see when viewers are coming in, what the time of day, and all that sort of thing. You can even kind of see across all of your users what is their quality that is going on. Are they excellent? Are they good? Are they fair? Is there some failures? You can see things around requests per bit rate. If there were certain locations with major quality issues, those locations would start showing up. And then as far as networks goes, this is where the value of having an SDN provider really comes in. So you can see in this example here, 84% of the traffic, so in this example was 125 gigabytes, is coming through Hive. So that's savings on your network. That's not coming down. You're not paying internet bandwidth for that. 16% was still coming in from the origin, from the CDN. And then you can even see where the traffic is coming through and that sorts of things. If you click into kind of a location, you can even drill in even one deeper. So I'm going to click into this location. You can get down even into the individual user. So people call you up and say, hey, I wasn't able to play that video. Now with a solution like this from Hive, you can actually figure out what connection they were on, what device they were on, where they were playing it from, and actually see kind of deep data there in terms of how much buffering they have, what their quality was, down to that individual user level. So that's Hive. So like I said, we're in beta testing right now, so we're putting the final touches on that. Hopefully in the next couple of months, we'll be able to have that available that you can try it out. All right, so let's jump back in to the portal and see what you guys were able to do and what we were able to do while we were talking. Let's jump over to the home page. So there's our dirt bike girl, awesome. Crazy rider by Rod. Okay, so for some of these, potty training for the win. Okay, let's see. Who did the potty training video? No one wants to take it admission?
They did.
Back there? All right, if you want to come up and get this, you can win that.
While we're doing this, I have two requests. Make sure that you fill out the evaluation form that we handed out. And second, do the speaker evaluation on the Ignite app or the site.
Crazy Rider by Rod. Let's see, you get a little tag here if whoever wants to grab that. I want to show off what we were able to do. So it's only been around 60 minutes. If we start browsing content, you can kind of see tons and tons of videos have been loaded up. Our playable videos that we were just taken just moments ago. I don't know how many we have in here. Do we have a way to get a count? We're probably like 50, 60 some videos or something like that. All transcoded already. We have channels in here, tons of channels already created, videos permissioned, a lot of metadata already coming in. So you can see how simple and easy, just in a very short amount of time, with a tool like Stream or Office Video, how you can actually turn something that would have been a really big project if you were going to build this and build a portal and do this all yourself. Within just a matter of minutes, if you have all those videos, you can just easily get something up and running that is super awesome to be able to use. So with that, fill out the evaluations, and then we can take the rest of the time for questions and answers, and I can give away some of the rest of this stuff for people who ask questions. So if you could make your way to the mics so that we can have it part of the recording.
While we're at it, I want to introduce some of the members of the Microsoft Stream and Office Video team. So we have Vishal Sood, who's our leader, Ashish, and Amit.
So go ahead.
Auto transcription services on the roadmap?
Yes, so that's what that vision video kind of showed off, was that we're going to pull in the transcription services that we have in Azure Media Services. It goes even further in Azure Media Services. We have kind of a bunch of media intelligence transcription, so speech to text, optical character recognition of what's being actually shown on the screen, text on the screen, and then facial detection and face grouping, so we can actually learn over time. This person's picture showed up in this video 10 times. You click on that person and you can jump to those spots where they are. So that's one of those key things that's on our kind of vision and roadmap after we get through kind of convergence. So thanks. Thanks for asking a question. Go ahead.
365, and you had the number of views and the point in time that they watched until. Can you tell me if there is a way to track the unique visitors and then compare that? So in the case you have a video you need all staff to watch, you can actually verify that.
We don't have it visualized in the UI, but in Office 365 there's information protection. And so we are actually making a log line every time you play that video. And so if you go to the information, you'd probably have to get to the admin who has information protection rights. But if you go there, there's an activity log report, and you can search. The event is called video requested. And if you search video requested, that's actually the playback happening. And it logs down to the individual user, individual time of what video that then they requested. As part of the kind of media intelligence and analytics, we do want to get kind of deeper levels and down to that user stuff. We have to kind of walk the line between creepiness and content owners wanting to know who watched it and that sort of thing. But I think we can kind of strike a right balance in that sort of thing. So thanks for asking the question. Go ahead.
I have questions related to licensing. So you mentioned that as part of your vision and roadmap, you will be allowing the externally authenticated users to watch videos, right? If I wanted to share a video with an external person. So my question is, do they need to have the Office 365 license, or can I give them like a guest user account where they can log in and be able to watch the video? So that's one thing. So that's one question. The second question has to do with the kiosk users. Do the kiosk users need to have a license?
Yeah, so on the first one, the way guest access works, we're writing, since Office Video is built on SharePoint today, we're writing just the same stuff that SharePoint has for external guest access. So it's the same mechanism there. So they get added into your AD as kind of a guest user. They don't get an assigned a license. It's just kind of a perk of using Office that external users get kind of this free ride. But you have to enable it, do all that sort of stuff, and then you have to add in individual users. So you can't do this for like a slew of people. You have to type in individual usernames, and then they would get in. And then as far as the kiosk users, there is a license type called kiosk. I forget what the exact K1 through K2, and there's a bunch of different kinds. So that's the license that will need to be assigned to the individual users to be able to get in and view the videos and view the portal.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Thanks. This is my last giveaway here.
Thank you so much.
So my question is about Hive technology. I saw that you guys are competing with, or I would say partnering with 3 peer-to-peer technology providers. So it means that you guys are providing an option for the customers to pick up what they want, but the end result that's going to be looking like how a company gets service from you guys instead of working with different people, how Microsoft is looking at. Because Hive is not only with this and even meeting broadcast. How Microsoft is working on, is there a plan that they get service only from the services standpoint, not the third parties involved?
In terms of like support and that sort of thing?
No, integration.
Yeah, so we're not planning on building SDN caching and that sort of stuff. We're doing a partner thing here with these 3 different partners. So you'd be able to go buy like Hive, for example, through the Azure Marketplace, and then you'd be able to get it. But you do have to have an agreement to pay them money, that sort of thing. We are not planning at this time to build in native inside of Office Video or Stream kind of caching mechanisms. We're doing it through third parties.
Yeah, but my question is, moreover, why Microsoft is not planning to build that relationship, build together whatever cost in place to the customer facing rather than we go and figure out a way. That's my question. Is that a plan? Because
right now we don't have that on the books to kind of pull that into the licensing. Right now, licensing, we're still working out the licensing for Stream and how it'll work and that sort of thing. But today for Office Video, you get it free as part of your e-license. And so, video is an expensive service to run. So adding more and more things into that, we have to figure out the right balance there. So we don't have a plan for that right now. It's still going to be you go procure it through the third party.
Okay.
Or the marketplace. Yep.
Please leave your evaluation forms with the gentleman in the back.
Okay. Question: are you going to sometime compete against YouTube? Meaning, are you maybe planning to provide an option to provide public access for videos or anonymous access?
So we have on our list to do and on our roadmap to make videos, to be able to check a box on a video and say make it public, so that you could actually put it on your .com website. But we're not going to go compete with YouTube. We're not making a public consumer video platform at this time. Maybe in the future, I have no idea. That's not something that I would decide.
A date for availability for public access for videos?
We're not actively working on it right now, but it is on the top of our list.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Just wanted to clarify on the YouTube question. So our goal is not to have a portal that is publicly accessible, so nobody can ever anonymously log into the Office 365 video or Microsoft Stream portal. What we are going to enable is individual videos. For example, if you want to put a video on your public website, for example, I want to put something on my Microsoft.com site, I should be able to do that because there's a genuine enterprise video scenario. So we are not approaching it from a public domain perspective. It's primarily to satisfy the need of the enterprises, which is one of them is public videos.
Hi, in Office 365 video, I noticed that the only way to set the storage cap on your channel is with PowerShell, and I'm wondering you mentioned with Stream that you're not focusing on a channel as a container, it's more of a tag. So should I be worried about setting storage caps on my channels if going forward to Stream that's not the new model?
Yeah, we haven't finally locked on exactly how we'll do this, but likely what we'll end up doing is having some sort of other metered that's separate from the SharePoint storage that would be just for video. We haven't worked out whether it would probably be some big bucket that you would then go against, and if you hit that big bucket, then you'd have to go buy another set of resources. So in that respect, it's likely not going to still consume the SharePoint Online site collection storage as we converge these two things together.
Thank you.
So for those who stuck around, let me just show you a quick sneak peek of the transcription. Audio. Yeah.
We had some audio issues, so we're going to play it again.
Got it? Nope.
We can take any other questions if there are any.
Nope. It's on.
Never mind, we'll put it on our blog.
Yeah.
We'll share the link out here.
Conversations, and we have the process necessary. We have the telemetry, we have the conversations, and we have the process necessary.
Generate a transcript, you can
that when
edit
we
it,
put something out into the
it'll
world,
pull out
a change
the
and update,
faces that it recognizes,
that we know that the users are going to love it.
you have access to that
Most
information,
people, including analysts and customers, would recognize Azure
and you
for
can
its
do
great
sentiment
design and
analysis as well.
usability more than anything else, which is a great testimony to saying something.
So imagine how powerful this is in terms of improving your productivity if you want to search for content and just get to the content that you want and exactly the
That
time slice
geeky,
of the video.
that enterprisey, that hard to understand. People recognize it by the ease of use, simplicity, cohesiveness, and
Cool. Any other questions?
I think great user experience is the result of collaboration. In this group, we have
Thanks everyone for coming.
Thank you so much for coming.
PMs and engineers, because
Please
they're
make
all
sure
in
that you
different
fill out the
processes.
evaluation
The open
form
space is really
and
helpful.
also the speaker
That
evaluation
conversation
on the
behind
app.
me about
Thank you
how
so much.
something should work. I can chime in and say, hey, have you thought about this angle?